What's going on, guys? This is Alec here and welcome to episode 2 of my Swansea City career mode. I just want to quickly say a big thank you for all the support that I received on the last episode. I genuinely didn't expect to get that much. Everyone saying like they're glad I'm back and stuff, so it's always good to hear. And like I said, I'm very appreciative of the comments. But going on into the second episode, as you can see here, we're sat down with Antonio Conte regarding a transfer with Abdul Baba Rahman or Abdul Rahman Baba, left back for Chelsea. He's not getting used there. 77 overall. I thought paying about 10 mil or so I can justify. I don't think that's too much. But as you can see here, Conte, we're going back and forth. I had some mixed opinions on the last episode. I know a lot of people quite like the transfer side of things rather than the gameplay, and you know, there's obviously vice versa where people would much rather see gameplay, but there is gameplay in this video. If you do want to see that, then I'd recommend skipping to about 14 minutes of this video. It is quite a long video, but I obviously need to get all the transfers and stuff out of the way, which I probably, to be fair, should have done like throughout the season and spread them out, but I had some targets in mind that I 100% wanted to get in, and I managed to do that. So at the start of the season, that's not to say that I'm not taking any suggestions on board. I did read a comment yesterday where they said they prefer, just to go out and buy whatever players I see fit, which I kind of agree with to a certain extent. But you know, it's obviously nice to get your input to see who you guys think I should sign. A lot of people said Joe Allen and Ben Davis. I may look into them too. I'm pretty okay for central midfielders right now, but that's not to say that maybe someone like Leroy Fair, if a transfer request comes in for him and he goes, then I could obviously look again Leon Britton in. But I'm fairly happy with my squad right now. Ben Davis was said after I recorded this video. He would have been someone good to bring in, but I've just signed Baba Rahman for quite a high fee, so whether I'll look at Ben Davis or not, I'm not too sure. He's obviously playing for Spurs consistently in real life as well, because Danny Rose is out, so whether it would be realistic for him to come back, I'm not too sure. But yeah, like I said, keep leaving suggestions in the comments below if you do think of players. I know a lot of people have also recommended some youth players, which I will get to looking into, but like I said, at the moment we've signed a good few players, and yeah, I'm happy with the team. I'm relatively happy with the team. I don't think there are much more signings, and I said last episode as well that I've played the Man United game. That was a complete lie. What you see in this episode is the very last time I played this, so it'll finish on the Southampton game, and well, you're up to speed with me then. So as you can see, onto the wages. Like I said last episode, I will be cutting out a lot of these skip scenes and like skipping it a lot. They are tedious. I mean, like I said last episode as well, it's a cool new feature and everything, and it's a step in the right direction, but they go on for long, so yeah, in the end, like you'll see this episode, I did sign a couple of youth players and I just delegated them to my assistant manager to bring in. I just wanted a bit more depth in certain positions. I think I signed a young left back, maybe a young striker, I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, just to get a bit more depth in some positions and get some youngsters in the team with some potential, and I delegated all them signings to my assistant manager for him to deal with, which works out. I mean, you can set what price you want them to start the bidding at and what you want them to not go over. Same with the contracts, is the same concept. But we're going back and forth here with Barber's agent, who was playing very hard to get with the wage. I think I end up just accepting what they counter offer. Oh no, there you go, they accept what I offered, 82,000 a week, which is a lot. But yeah, we've got Baba Rahman on board, 77 rated. We got a transfer offer in here from Leeds, actually, for Kyle Bartley, who was there last season. We reject that straight up. I want to keep Kyle Bartley in the team. I think he's a very useful player. Loan offer here for Tyler Reid rather, and I'll send him out on loan, no problem. We've got a decent bit of depth at right back, obviously signing Raphael, and we've got Angel Rangel there. I think this is the semi-finals, or it could be just the group stage up against Werder Bremen in the pre-season cup, and we actually managed to win. I want to say, yeah, we won 2-1. Nathan Dyer and Abraham getting the goals. Loan offer in here for Adam King, and we had a transfer offer for Leroy Fair, actually. I accepted this transfer offer from King. I did delegate the transfer offer to my assistant, but I put it like stupid, like 25 million, just because I'm not really interested in getting rid of Leroy Fair. And as you can see there, we signed Callum Gribbin from Manchester United for a small fee. 2 transfer offers in as well, one for Wayne Routledge, which I rejected. I think he'll be a useful squad player to have in the team. And one from Southampton for Nathan Dyer, an ex-player of theirs. It was 9.9 million, I believe I can see there, which is a decent amount for a 28-year-old that won't be playing every single week. So I thought if I could squeeze a bit more money out of Southampton, then I might just let him go. So, as you can see here, we proposed a new transfer fee when I decided to do it. Oh, excuse me. So, I think 15.9, is that? Yeah, so we offered them 15.9. I would have been happy with 16 million for Nathan Dyer. He's 29 years old and 75 rated. I mean, I don't personally think he's worth that much. They came back with 14.2, which was very tempting, but I thought that I'd go back, try and get a bit more out of them, and then I'd be happy. So we went 14.6, probably getting about 14 back from the board to use in another transfer. And like I said last episode, as you can see here, they actually accepted that. And as I said last episode, I do want to keep a lot of the base players in, like Britton, Routledge, Fabianski, players like that have been there for a while. I'm a bit gutted that Dyer's gone for that reason, but I think 15 million pretty much is a big fee to turn down. As you can see up here on the breaking news, Vincent Kompany signs for Paris Saint-Germain. I will go a little later on in this episode through some of the biggest transfers of the window. As you can see here, Gribbin signs for us, number 23, taking over Sigurdsson's number actually. I'm not sure whether I'll change that round. We sim our semi-final here up against Lokomotiv, and as you can see, we go 1-0 down, but we do actually manage to win 3-1. Abraham getting another goal, Klukas also getting on the score sheet, and John Joe Kenny here for Everton, he accepts our transfer, so we managed to get him in on loan. Like I said, I delegated those to my assistant manager, so that's why you wouldn't have seen the cutscenes and whatnot. Leroy Fair, I did a similar thing to the one I did earlier. Actually, I went a bit lower this time, actually, but last time, I didn't really want to get rid of Leroy Fair. Oh, excuse me. I think he's a very good player, but I just delegated to my assistant manager, just to say anything over 15 million I would have been reasonably happy with. And yeah, we get a bit of prize money there, do some training. I forgot what I was going to say, I had something in mind. Yeah, I also had a lot of loan offers in for a lot of my youngsters in the team as well, which I accepted, but when I tried to accept them, it was saying like, loan offer rejected, so I'm not sure why he was doing that, as we signed another youngster there. But we're in the finals of this European Cup up against RCD Espanyol. It says, well, away from home. I think they're all played in one location. But we start the game off, skip after 10 minutes, and yeah, it didn't go very well for us. We lost 3-0, but I'm happy to get to the final. We got a couple of extra million, and as you can see here, Nathan Dyer sold. We actually get 11.5 million for that transfer. I thought we would have got a lot more than that, but it appears not. Fabianski as well, we had a transfer off of him, not letting him go. We've already lost Nathan Dyer, so I'm not going to sell any more sort of star players. And as you can see there up the top right, Real Madrid win the race for Marco Reus. That's a big signing. They've got a very, very strong team now. And Pedro Lopez signs for Stoke, I think, yeah. So, no idea who he is, to be brutally honest. After selling Nathan Dyer, I thought to try and get another player down that right-hand side. I was looking at these two, Lodeira. Oh, I butchered that name, haven't I? And Theo Walcott. I thought I'd go in for Theo Walcott first, just to see how much Arsene Wenger would let him go for. As you can see, here we are. And so I sold Nathan Dyer for 14.6, near enough 15 million. Theo Walcott's value was 13 million. I think we did try and go in for a player swap first of all. I think Keith and Young probably I would have tried to shift. I don't know, maybe Key will go at some point during the season. He's worth 9 million, or his value is 9 million, so I think cashing in on him, and like a lot of people suggested last episode, getting Joe Allen in would be a decent shout. Definitely wouldn't be something I'm against, but as you can see, Wenger wasn't really interested at all in Keith and Young. So we're just going to scrap the idea of another player and offer a transfer fee. Now, with selling Dyer for 15 million, I wouldn't mind getting Theo Walcott in. I tried 15 million straight off the bat just to see, just to test the waters, see if he'd accept. Didn't really expect him to accept this one, to be honest. And let's see what he comes back with. As you can see, the cutscenes take a little bit of time, so that's why I'm going to try not to include all of them. But he wants 17 million for him, which is fair enough. I think 17 million is around about a fair price, but I do counter back and sort of meet him halfway at 16 million, I think I offered. Yeah, so 16 million. Go at him with that, see what he says. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually accepts us. 16 million is not a bad bit of business for Theo Walcott, in my opinion, especially with the transfer market the way it is right now. But yeah, like I said, a very, very capable replacement for Nathan Dyer. And we got more of these cutscenes, the wage cutscenes, that are starting to break me a lot watching these back. They're so hard to commentate over. I don't really know what to say during these points. Squad rule crucial, which is fairly expected. I think Theo Walcott will be a crucial part of the team. Contract length 3 years. That's more than fine by me. I think a lot of the players I signed early on in the transfer window only wanted 2, but 3 years, that'll keep him here until he's of a decent age. Theo Walcott is the same age as Nathan Dyer as well, and 5 ratings higher, so to only pay $1 million more is a good bit of business. Obviously, he's on a lot more wages, and as you can see here, we do end up going back and forth for a little bit for the wage fight. But I do want a quick comment. I've just finished editing this now after the Swans and West Ham game are finished. I'm just going to talk a bit about the Swans in real life, just while we're going through all these scenes that I don't know how to commentate over. It's looking bad for Swans. A 90th minute concede. How do I explain? We conceded in the 90th minute for the second week running. Obviously Watford last week beat us, and then this week obviously Watford beat us in the last minute, and West Ham are beating us this week. It's very sloppy. I mean, you can't really point fingers at anyone. I still stand by my opinion that we had a poor transfer window. Obviously, bringing Renato Sanchez and Boney and Abraham have been good signings and good players. Rocky Mesa as well. But, I don't know, there's no width to the team, and there's no sort of playmaker. There's no one in there that can just shift the team on like Gylfi Sigurdsson used to do. And that's what we're lacking. We're lacking a bit of creativity in the midfield, which I obviously quickly cancelled out playing this career mode by signing Jonathan Vieira. That's the type of play you need. That's the type of play we should be attracting. But anyway, enough of the real life stuff. As you can see here, we're going through some of the biggest transfers. Vincent Kompany to PSG, Wilfred Zaha to Roma, Nathaniel Klein to West Brom is a weird one. I've missed a couple of the ones up the top, but there were some decent signings. Danny Rose to Dortmund. I've noticed that a lot of fullbacks leave teams. Like, as you can see here, a lot of the biggest transfers are for fullbacks, right and left backs. But I think we actually managed to get up there, yeah, with the signing of Jonathan Vieira, and we got there with Theo Walcott. But as you can see here, our first Premier League game of the season at St Mary's against Southampton. As you can see there, they showed Ricardo Quaresma. Is that his name, Ricardo Quaresma? Anyway, Quaresma, Jonathan Vieira shown for us, warming up there. And as you'll be able to see here from this little cutscene, playing their debuts. Oh no, I actually cut that one out, my bad. Southampton versus Swansea. No, I did keep it in. As you can see here, Quaresma and Ricardo Quaresma, I got that one right, and Jonathan Vieira. Signing for pretty much similar fees, so it'll be interesting to see them two going up against each other. Here's Southampton's team is Forster in goals, and as you can see, a pretty solid defence there. Van Dijk, obviously, amidst the transfer rumours at the start of the season, but he's still there. That's a decent attacking midfield with Quaresma, Tadic and Buffal. That's going to cause me problems, as well as Gabbiadini up top. And they've got a decent bench as well. The likes of Lamina, Shane Long can always cause problems. And as you can see, this is our team that I'm probably going to line up with for the majority of the season. Maybe switch a couple of players here and there. As you can see, Routledge is playing this game. He may not be playing every week. Obviously with Walcott signing, I just didn't want to put Walcott straight into the team. Renato Sanchez maybe not playing every week as well, with him only being on loan. So, let's kick this one off. Live from St Mary's. I was very excited by this one. This was one of my first games on FIFA that I ended up playing. So I was very sort of anxious. I play on Legendary, by the way. I don't know if any of you want or need proof of that, but first chance of the game here comes to Tadic. It was a very weak effort, to be honest. I'm surprised he didn't get it on his left foot to try it, but here's Tadic again on the ball. We actually foul him there. Take the free kick quickly. Dusan Tadic on the ball. Tries getting it through to Quaresma. And we managed to defend that well. I'm not sure who that was defending actually, but we get sort of, not really a counter-attack, but we start the move rolling. Renato Sanchez into Boni. Boni back into Jonathan Vieira. Who spread it out wide to Rafael. That's what I do like about my new fullbacks, by the way, is they're both quite good on the ball, Rafael and Olsen. But a chance here. Boni into Sinclair. Sinclair one-on-one. And he's done it so many times in the past for Swans. I'm very surprised he didn't score there with a one-on-one. Foster with not a good save as such, one he's expected to make. And yeah, we're very unlucky not to score there. Do think Sinclair should be doing better, but I'm sure he'll do a lot of good stuff for us throughout the season. Decent chance there as well. I'm not sure who actually got their head on that, but it was cleared off the line by a defender. Renato Sanchez on the ball now. Who looks sharp, to be fair. Definitely will be getting some game time this year. Out to Rafael. Plays it back into Leon Britton, who always keeps things ticking. Into Jonathan Vieira. And it's a good chance here again for Sinclair, who hits the post this time. Although he's hitting the post and he's missing shots, he's definitely promising signs. And as you can see here, he's always on the move on the left-hand side. As the ball comes into Boni, not a very good effort there. But it's good signs from Sinclair. I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. Just wouldn't mind him finishing off a couple of the chances. But yeah, that's how we go into half-time. Best chances going to us, obviously 2 with Sinclair. But if the first half finishes 0-0. The ball comes out here to Dusan Tadic not long after the second half. And make of that goal what you will. It's hard because I know on FIFA, I think the keepers are pretty much designed so that if a ball is going to hit the post, then it's impossible for the keeper to save. But I mean, it is so slow. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? I think Fabianski should be doing better, although it is a very good and accurate shot, as you can see from this angle here. Starts off outside the post, just hits the inside of the post and goes in. I mean, it's a decent goal from Dusan Tadic, but yeah, fairly disappointed to concede that one. But we're on the attack now, and we got a bit more attacking. I think I brought a couple of players on, or maybe not just yet, but Vieira into Boni here. It's a nice turn, and it's a good save from Foster, and Sinclair couldn't quite get on the rebound. But yeah, good signs from us again. Wilfred Boni on the ball again, into Leon Britton, who plays it into Vieira, who very much was a catalyst this game. Still Vieira on the ball, he's still going with it on his left foot, he takes a shot, and it's a good block from Van Dijk. I think I actually might have tried to cross that one into the box, but we brought Leroy Fer on quite short, not very long after that attack. The ball comes into Wilfred Boni here, good bit of strength, holds up the defence, and Jonathan Vieira is 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he manages to put us level on his debut, and I was quite happy with that one. I was quite happy he scored with Vieira, and as you can see, he goes over and celebrates with Nordveld and Kyle Bartley. But yeah, good bit of excuse me, good bit of hold-up play there from Wilfred Boni, and just passes it around the side, and you fancy Vieira to score from there. I was a little bit nervous when I was in front of goal with him, but it's a good finish nonetheless. And yeah, it sets us up nicely. We've been a better team this second half, but it shows for nothing. As the game comes to a close, we come away with a draw. Not such a bad result away at St Mary's against a good Southampton team, but I think we had the better chances that game and with a better team that game, so it's disappointing in that aspect. But thank you all for watching episode 2. I believe it's Man United next game, and then after that I'm not too sure. But thank you all for watching, and peace.